video on my YouTube channel. Yay! I am Hawkinsimmer, and today I am showing you my version of Duck Dan's shell challenge, sort of. So I've done a few shell challenge videos before, all of them being from Lil Simsy on YouTube, also known as Kayla. Now, Kayla's boyfriend, Dan, Duck Dan, I guess, made a shell recently, and it's not a challenge, but like she's not going to go over these builds like she does some of her personal shell challenges, but she just said, hey, here's a shell, like basically get inspired and build something if you want. She's not going to tour them, but I really liked the look of this shell and knew immediately that I wanted to do a Tudor build, so that's what we are doing, a cute little Tudor family home. I have done one other Tudor build before, and I will link that in the eye above. It's actually my second video and probably one of my favorite builds. I absolutely love that family home. I think it's so cute and like super good for gameplay. There's a lot of stuff on that build. It's huge, but like I said, I really like it. I like to build big homes. If you've seen any of my videos before, that's kind of my style. I like to do big family homes for a lot of gameplay stuff going on in these kinds of builds. Anyway, I will say the roofing on this house took a pretty long time, as they do in most shell builds. They're purposely difficult for roofing and floor plans, but we did get there in the end. The good news is that old homes like Tudor and Victorian homes tend to have kind of wonky roofing anyway, and really wonky floor plans too. So like it is kind of architecturally fitting for a home like this to have a crazy roof line and to have kind of weird floor plan. So it totally fits. I'm into it. I think it worked out. Like I said, it's a little wonky, but I think it makes sense. So it does have a front porch that leads into a backyard, as well as a back porch and a little balcony. I wanted the balcony, of course, to be off of the master bedroom, but it just did not work out for me. It did not work out in this floor plan. I did end up getting 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms in this home. It was difficult, and I didn't get a bathroom on the main floor, which I hate. I have never lived in like a 2-story home. I did in college have a townhome that was 2 floors, but otherwise, like I've never lived for an extended period of time in a 2-story home. But I would imagine that not having a bathroom on the main floor would be so annoying, especially when all of your main living area is on the main floor. You have to go up the stairs every time you want to go to the bathroom. I just find that to be so annoying, but that's just how it worked out in this one. They're meant to be challenging, so, it just kind of is what it is. But anyway, I am doing some landscaping. If you've watched some of my other videos, you know that I tend to cut the landscaping out just because I like full and flush, landscaping. So it takes a long time. It's a long part of the video, but I had to leave it in this video because it is such a huge part of this build. So I left it in. And I also left it in because I posted it on the gallery. You can find that in the gallery. And someone commented that the exterior was so pretty, or they complimented the exterior. And it just like my heart hurts thinking about it. Oh, so kind. People are so nice. And I did spend a lot of time, fleshing out the outside of the build. So it is nice to hear someone say that to me. I'm just like so moved. Oh my goodness. But anyway, so I did cut out the landscaping in the backyard, and that's just because it really is just a smaller version of what I did in the front yard. I tend to follow the same formula. You kind of think about a color scheme, and then you pick 2 or 3 maybe different plants within that color scheme, and then a good 1 or 2 like solid green aspects to your landscaping, and then you just kind of put it all together. Sims landscaping for me is incredibly different than real life landscaping, mostly because landscaping is expensive. I don't know if you've ever tried to buy a bush, but it gets expensive pretty quickly. So Sims landscaping is a lot more full than it would be in real life, but that's just kind of the look that I like. And I do think that, cottagecore is really in right now. So I think part of that aesthetic is like nice, whimsical, full landscaping. So that's just kind of my go-to in The Sims. When I try to do something more minimalistic, it seems bare. Like when you look outside at your neighbors' houses and look at their landscaping, it's really pretty simple, but that doesn't translate as well in The Sims. So it just kind of, is one of those things. But we are moving on to the interior right now. I kind of jumped around. I hate when I do that. I wish that I could be the person who does the whole exterior and then moves on to the interior, but I am bad about that. It's easier in a build like this where this is the shell, there is no changing it. But when I'm building from scratch, I tend to move around the floor plan as I go. You might have an idea of what you want a house to look like. And then once you start actually building in it, you realize, oh man, I need one more row of tiles for the kitchen, or I need one less for this dining room. So I tend to move it around a lot. And if you do that after you do all the landscaping and set up your pool and backyard and etc., then all of that needs to move too, usually. So I have a bad habit of jumping around from interior to exterior, but I am practicing on not doing that as much. As usual, though, with every shell build, I struggled with the floor plan. You're meant to. That's kind of the purpose, to make it all make sense. So I struggled a little bit with this floor plan, but we did get there eventually. All the bedrooms and bathrooms are upstairs, and there's a good kitchen and a good living room downstairs, and then a not as great little dining area. But we got there. Like I said, a lot of times in these old houses, it is kind of a weird floor plan, so I'm just going with it. I'm committed to the theme, if you will. And as you can see, I moved right back outside to the exterior, and I skipped over where the landscaping is because, like I said, it is just very similar to the front. I can do a video on how I landscape and then, maybe cut it out for the rest of my life. Maybe that would be helpful. But at this point, no one's asking for that. No one's asking for any of this. I'm asking for this. So I guess I could do a video because it's what I want to do. Because no one's giving me feedback, because no one's watching this, and I'm just doing this for me. So I don't know. Hawkinsimmer, would you like to do a video on landscaping? Yeah, maybe I would. All right, great. Consulted with the only person that cares. Anyway, so here I am using the rocking chairs from Tiny Living. Again, I'm probably never going to not use them now. I love those rocking chairs so much. I think they're so cute, and they fit every style of build. Who doesn't have a rocking chair? I mean, I don't, but I would if I could afford one. You know what I mean? Just kind of cluttering up the porch here. I love porch decor. I have really strong feelings about my personal porch decor in real life. I decorate for every holiday basically and try to make my porch look kind of cute. We have a porch swing. It's a little small porch, but it's big enough for a porch swing and some decor. So, I think that's a cute little way to make Sims houses feel homey, is to put a few little, like a sitting situation and then some plants on a porch. That's how I prefer my porch to look. So, I'm hoping now that we have hanging plants in The Sims that we will get hanging ferns. Is that just a Midwest thing? Is that just a where I live thing? But I feel like everyone gets ferns in the summertime. I always have 2 hanging ferns on my porch, so I would like to have some ferns. Hey, speaking of hanging plants, nothing to do with this video, but we're getting a new pack in a week, right? Oh, well, by the time you see this, we will have already gotten this new paranormal stuff pack. I am not an occult simmer. You will pick up on that. I'm not much of an occult simmer. I never have been. Even when I was playing Sims 2, I never, ever played with vampires. And there may have, honestly, I'm having a hard time remembering. I'm sure there was an occult pack, but I did not have all the packs for The Sims 2. I was a literal child playing that game and had no money. So I had very few expansion packs. I had namely nightlife. I loved nightlife and university and, of course, pets and seasons, whatever those were called in that game. I played The Sims 2 for an absurd amount of time, but that's not important. I didn't play with occult Sims. It's never been my thing, but this looks like a cute pack, and there is a new hanging plant. You can catch it just a little tiny side in one of the clips in the trailer, and so that's fun. I love hanging plants in real life and in The Sims, and I think they just add like a nice new element. I hope everyone else is excited for that pack. I know there are people who aren't going to be, but it looks like it has a ton of build buy stuff, 2 new couches and 2 new like chairs. I'm here for it. I am always down. The Sims team is getting better and better about textures, especially like soft fabric textures. I think are getting better and better all the time. They look more, I don't want to say realistic, but yeah, like realistic. If you look back at those base game couches, rough. They look, who's sitting on that? Who is sitting on that? That looks like the couch in your doctor's office that like, you know, they have it's plastic basically because, you know, kids are going to like puke on it or something. That's what it looks like. They do not look comfortable at all. But these new couches that are coming out with all of these packs look better and better. So like, I'm probably going to buy that pack strictly for the new build buy items, but that's just me. It looks like a stuff pack that has the amount of items of like some of the game packs, honestly. So I think, you know, a $10 pack with as much stuff as that looks like it's going to have. None of us know for sure yet. You know, I'm down. I'm excited for it. So, you know, there have been a lot of updates and improvements to the Sims games recently. I think a lot of the new packs have been well received overall, and they've added a lot of base game stuff, so that's exciting. It's not a perfect game, and it probably never will be, but I am hopeful that it'll get better and better all the time. So now that that tangent is over, we can get back to this actual build. I have already done the living room, and I've kind of moved around, you know, in the dining area, and now I'm doing the kitchens. Gosh, I wish that kitchen cabinets were easier to center in a space. It's difficult to have like a 4-tile kitchen and want something to be centered. You have to play around with the cabinets and make them all fit, and it's very frustrating. The good news is the upper cabinets are not functional anyway. They don't do anything. They're more or less decor. So you can kind of play with them and manipulate them. I am okay if something just looks the way I want it to. I'm sure that those side cabinets that are meant to be like end caps will like be a little clippy if you're looking closely. But to me, like it's worth it to make it seem like that's how it's supposed to look, even if it clips a little bit. But that's just me. If it's not for you, then you could move the stove to the side and put in 2 regular size cabinets and then fix the uppers, and it would make a lot of sense. But to me, it's not that big of a deal. Anyway, the kitchen's cute. It's functional. It's exactly how I wanted it to be. I used this little nook behind the stairs to be like kind of a cleaning closet. You know, I love those little laundry day things. I think that they just make a house kind of realistic. I love using the broom and the little Roomba, the Sims Roomba. I thought that made that nook really purposeful, so I was pretty pleased with it. And I love where I put this little fireplace. In an old home like this, like an old original Tudor style home, I'm sure there would be a fireplace. It wasn't going to fit in the living room, so I was trying to find another place for it. And this little kind of nook by the dining room totally worked it out. And obviously this fireplace like wouldn't be something in this home. Unfortunately, we don't really have a lot of like old stone fireplaces. I remember there being one in The Sims 3 that was like an old kind of like cobblestone looking fireplace, but we don't really have something that really fits that in here. But I thought this one worked. It looked like something that had been updated but still kind of had like a vintage look to it. And I love that there are 2 slotting places. I only used one of them and then hung a picture, but I thought that that was a cute little focal point like when you come into the home. So I was pretty pleased with that situation. But we're moving right along to the bedrooms. I started with the master bedroom that had both of these like bump outs in it. It's kind of a heart-shaped room. like I said in a previous video, I am trying to cut back on my clutter. I'm trying to keep it simple. I'm trying to keep it short because these videos do get long. This video is 20 minutes long. Unfortunately, it's not what I want. There's so much in it and I don't know, I don't want to cut everything out. I always cut out the bathrooms because all the bathrooms are the same all the time. They always look the exact same. So like, I never feel the need to leave them in. They're boring and they're generic. So who cares? Unless I make a really amazing bathroom, like I'm cutting it out. But like I said, I'm trying to cut back on the clutter stuff just to keep things short, especially in parents' rooms. I feel like master bedrooms are kind of boring anyway, and the kids' rooms are really where like clutter makes a lot of sense and like tells a story. I think that's why I like cluttering. I think it tells a good story. I think, when you're playing, it just is fun to imagine like who your Sims are and what they're about. So for me, the clutter like helps perpetuate a story that I've already created a lot of times. So this room, I make most of my rooms pretty gender neutral, if that's a thing for you. I don't care. Like if a boy wants to have a pink bedroom and a girl wants to have like a race car bedroom, good. I'm glad. Love it. I'm here for it. But I do try to make them look different from each other, if that makes sense. So this room is very like blue and orange, and the other room is more like a lilac pink. If you want to call it a boy room and a girl room, you can, but that's your business, not mine. I really love a lot of these items from oh my gosh, what's that pack called? I don't know. You'll know. You know what pack it is. I really love those items from the game pack that I can't think of at all. And I thought it made a really cute little bedroom that I really haven't done a style like that before. And then this is a little nursery for a toddler. I thought it ended up being really cute and simple and soft and pretty. So yeah, we're kind of coming to a close here though. And I don't know, I really loved this video. I really loved this house. I thought it's so cute. I hate that it doesn't have a ground floor bathroom, but it is what it is. So now that we're getting close to the screenshots, I just want to say thank you so much for watching this video. Please leave a like, a comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I upload a new video every Monday and Thursday at around 4 p.m. So I'll see you all in the next one. Bye! This is my third voice recording of the day, and I'm so tired of listening to myself talk.